we're back here on Arrangement to get into a little bit of NBA talk. First and foremost, we're going to break down, well, first and foremost, congratulations, to the Magic, for the sweep over the Bobcats. You did it, especially in the last two games without Dwight Howard. Game 4, you had a good balanced scoring. Pretty good game from Barnes, 14-8. Carter led the way with 21. And as far as Thomas for the Bobcats, you had a pretty good ass game off the bench with 21-9, but your team really didn't do shit. Especially Jackson, 8 damn points. That shit right there, terrible. But now y'all can address the off-season issues with Larry Brown, and guess Jordan get ready for that draft.
Yeah, gotta give it. Oh, you gonna go?
Go ahead, JP.
All right, I gotta give a correct congratulations to Charlotte for making the playoffs for the first time in its history. Unfortunately, they just happened to run into Orlando. Orlando's one of the hottest teams in the league right now, and they pretty much did most of the damage without Mr. Foul on you for the series. So
yeah,
I feel that Orlando's chances have slightly increased as far as a contender standpoint. Charlotte, don't worry, they're young. They'll be back sometime in the near future. Me personally, I thought they played like the 8th seed in this year's playoffs, so they'll be ready. If they just get a decent big man that can score and defend, then they'll be fine.
Well, from me, I think that Charlotte did a heck of a job trying to just to stay in there, and it just happens like that. You get into the wrong seed, you run into a matchup you don't want to play, and then it just fell from there. But looking forward for Orlando now, people are saying that Orlando's chances of making the finals now have slightly dropped because of Dwight Howard's consistent foul trouble that he always puts himself in. I was wanting to get y'all's opinion on this. Is it going to change when he gets to another series? Is it going to be more fouls thrown against him?
Teams are going to look to be getting Dwight Howard into foul trouble anyway. That's what they do. Mainly in the NBA, it's a matchup deal. Charlotte, pretty much, they had those little scrappy power forwards, little long, lanky centers, i.e. Tyson Chandler and Tyrese Thomas as another forward. So mainly they're moving constantly without the ball, and they're mainly looking for contact. So whoever Orlando faces this next round will probably do the same deal, but they're going to be looking to score they're going to be looking to get Dwight Howard out of the paint and spread the ball around.
So let me get this straight. Orlando's a 3 seed, 3 seed, right?
Second.
So they end up playing the winner of the 3-6 matchup.
Right.
Which is, kind of what you want. That 3-6 matchup is
Heat and Celtics.
if they end up playing Boston, when they end up playing Boston, he'll go against Kendrick Perkins. Kendrick Perkins is known for having fouls himself.
It's true.
So I think he'll make it through that series. But if they end up playing against Shaquille O'Neal and the Cavs in the Eastern Conference Finals, I don't see it being the same way as last year. Because I think Shaq being there will make Dwight a little more antsy to kind of prove that he's the better Superman.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be a little bit more moving, kind of on edge and stuff. So that's when the foul trouble comes into play. I don't think it comes into play against Boston, when they play Boston, but I think it's gonna come into play when they start playing Cleveland. If they end up playing Cleveland, then all of a sudden it comes into this whole deal that now suddenly you got Shaq versus Dwight Howard just to go to the NBA Finals. This is an NBA Finals matchup, which it should be, because I believe both teams are great. But those teams, really and truly, they have to go in there, and Shaq's going to say, "I'm the original Superman. You're just you're the counterfeit Superman." And then Dwight Howard's going to say, whatever. Dwight Howard's going to come in there and say, "I'm the real Superman. I'm the current Superman." So he's got to be a little bit more physical and on edge, and that's going to get him in more foul trouble. Because who in the NBA that can play to anybody else's strength in a center? Shaquille O'Neal. He'll make you play his type of game. He's going to make you foul him. And with that whole hack and Shaq rule, remember last year when Shaq had said that Van Gundy kind of freaks out a little bit under pressure? That we're going to see that happen in these conference finals. Because Gortat can't handle Shaq. So who else is going to do it? He needs Dwight Howard in there, and Shaq knows that, so he's going to get Dwight Howard in foul trouble.
Yeah, that could be a possibility. And then you got to watch out for Shaq because, you know, he likes to be over-aggressive. And that being too over-aggressive might get his own ass in foul trouble. But then, luckily, the fact that they still have Gortat that can handle Gauskas if ever Dwight Howard needs to get a rest. And I mean, they didn't use Brandon Bass last game.
No.
So I mean, it really depends on matchups, I guess you could say. But really, to me, Vince Carter has to step up and play, and Peters has to play defense on LeBron if it ever comes to that point.
Yeah.
And then I want to give an apology to the Bucks because I said you would probably only win one game, but you proved me wrong and you won two. And you had 3 people that scored over 20, with Jennings dropping 6 assists. Congratulations to Jamal Crawford for getting six man. And he had 21, Johnson 29, and Smith had 20 and 9. So I mean, the Bucks, they made a series out of this.
They have, and it's very interesting because not only have the Bucks risen to the occasion, but the Hawks have dropped from what they were projected to be at the beginning of the playoffs. People had said that they were projecting to be giving a run for the money as far as making it a little more interesting in the Eastern Conference against Orlando and Cleveland. But now they've just dropped completely off the map with losing both games on the road. They can't win on the road anyways, and so they don't have that sound fundamental basketball that they should have anymore, and they just completely dropped, and Bucks may just take this one from them.
Yeah, the Bucks have seized all the momentum in this series right now. They were looking to come home anyway, mainly after getting embarrassed the first 2 games out in Atlanta. So they pretty much dished it out themselves, mainly because they had the home crowd on their side. These next few games ought to be very, very interesting. We're going to see if Brandon Jennings can actually continue his hot streak as far as getting penetration to the hole, because the last 2 games in Milwaukee, he was able to find the paint with ease.
I think this series has turned out to be like that Hawks-Celtics series a couple years ago, where they're only winning on each other's home court.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Boston wins 2 on their home court, goes to Atlanta, loses on their 2, and goes back to Boston and wins there. I think it's going to turn out to be just kind of like that. But I originally said the Hawks would sweep this one because they didn't have Andrew Bogut. I thought the Bucks could step up. Sorry for not believing in you. But you have stepped up. Now let's see if you can win one on the road.
Yeah, but then the other game yesterday was a complete ass whooping from the Suns. They gave to the Blazers. Stoudemire had 19. Nash had a double-double. Fry and Dudley came off the bench and contributed 39 points combined. Trailblazers, to me, I believe they left Brandon Roy in a little bit too long. He played damn near 20 minutes, which was just too much. And that
he took some contact. Also, they could have he stepped on someone's foot.
He's played 20 minutes. That's too damn much. I mean, the
minutes.
adrenaline rushing for the first game, second game. Nah, you really need to take his ass out. But they got their ass whooped.
Yeah, I mean that game was out of question once they blew it. They blew it open in the third quarter.
Yeah, in the third.
Second quarter they closed it out with a pretty good run, and then by the end of it was mainly Dudley and Fry.
I think Phoenix is just about ready to close the door on this series because Portland has now figured out that Mr. Superhero himself, Brandon Roy, can't be in there all the time. So he's going to have to sit on the bench probably in this game 6.
But I wouldn't count them out just yet. I wouldn't count them out.
They are going home.
They're going back to the Rose Garden.
So. It's
rough.
It's rough up there.
It's rough.
Well, they've already won a game in the Rose Garden. So, I'm not going to put it past them to win another one.
So what do you guys think about the games that we have going on tonight? We have
real quick.
We got LA and Oklahoma City playing tonight. Take your pick for this one.
I go to Oklahoma City.
Yep.
I'm sticking with them.
Oklahoma.
I'm going with the Lakers.
I'm going to go Oklahoma as well.
Got Spurs coming.
Spurs.
I got the Spurs closing it out tonight.
I got the Mavs always.
Dumbass.
Then Cleveland's up by 10 at halftime. Celtics up by 10 at halftime.
I think they'll
and
close
then
it out.
the Cavs and Bulls are pretty close. Last time I checked, the score was only a 2-point game in the first quarter. And that's pretty much it right there for the NBA talk. We'll be right back with you.